All right, there we go. Good morning, everyone. Here we are with a little Booflife sports on Cariboo Hart TV. I'm pretty excited for this weekend. We got a big one coming up. We got UFC 279 coming up tonight, and we've already just Thursday night we started NFL Kickoff is here, where we had the Buffalo Bills give a whooping to the LA Rams, a 31-10 victory, which was personally one of those guys that the Rams are one of those teams that I'll never be able to bring myself to cheer for. So anytime you see them get stomped on pretty good is always a good thing for me. And the fact that the Buffalo Bills have been kind of an old time favorite. I'm a Raiders fan, and when you're a Raiders fan, you got to have backup teams, man. Straight up. We don't have a proud history of winning in my fandomship, but going back to almost 30 years to when the Buffalo Bills were in the Super Bowl for 4 straight years there. I was right there cheering them on because, well, my team wasn't in there, kind of thing. So it's really good to see them actually putting together a good team and stomping on shit. So football's here. We'll talk a little bit of football. We might get into a little bit of baseball too. 7-10 Canada Sewer. I see you there. Cheers. So let's start off with UFC 279. It was supposed to be Nate Diaz versus Kamza Mahav. Now, Nate Diaz, if you don't know who he is, y'all been living under a rock. He's one of the true real OGs, tough motherfuckers within the UFC. One of those fight any motherfucker, don't care who you are. And he's always in a good fight. But he doesn't fight much anymore, and he seems to lose a fuck of a lot more often than not, which would signal to me that he's kind of over the hill and his best days are behind him kind of thing. And he's also at the end of his contract. Last fight on his contract, he's been making noise about wanting to go elsewhere, make some money. Rumors have that the UFC doesn't pay for shit. So, he wants that chance. Maybe I've heard rumors of him trying to go and fight Jake Paul, see how that works out. And so and he's a shit talker. He's a consummate shit talker and pretty good at it, but he's comes from a definite air of confidence within the Diaz brothers. But in my opinion, they were, for his last fight, they were going to give him that Hamzat Jemiah, and it was going to be like a sheep getting led to slaughter. Diaz is going to get his ass fucking whooped hard on that one. This Jemiah, he's a young up and comer over the last couple of years, where he's just stomping on everybody, like taking them down, within like a minute and a half, more than high and tight. And he's without even getting the other guy getting a shot in, taking them out and fucking them up. He had a good test against Gilbert Burns a couple months back, and this was going to be a decent one for him. But at the end of the day, I am pretty fucking sure that Jemiah was just going to destroy him. And although there is always that puncher's chance, as Leon Edwards just shocked the world with Kamaru Usman, right? There's always that chance. You always got that chance to win. But as I'm getting to, it was going to be a disaster. Fucking Jemiah was going to rip him apart. And there's talks about, Diaz leaving, and there's starting to be talks about that, maybe UFC does actually want him back and re-signing and stuff like that. And then Diaz is saying that he'll resign if the UFC signs 10 of his guys that he trains with back home at his gym and stuff like that. Okay, so everything something's up. They're trying to resign him now. I just start paying attention to that line of thought is what I'm getting at there. And then on the under there below that, you had Tony Ferguson versus Ling. I hope I got that right. I mean, no disrespect. And Tony Ferguson's another one of those OGs where he's been around a long time. Fight any motherfucker, super high pace, and he's been a lot of fun to watch. He's also towards the end of his career. He's lost 4 straight, I think it is, and against top-notch quality opponents, but a loss is a loss at the end of the day. And then below that, you had Kevin Holland, who's one of my absolute favorite up-and-comers, fighting Daniel Rodriguez. I was really looking forward to that. And then some shit happens apparently before the press conference for this one a couple days ago, and I don't know the details, don't really care. Something apparently between Jemiah and Holland. And then all of a sudden they go to the weigh-ins yesterday, and Hamzat Jemiah misses weight by 7.5 pounds. That's a huge fucking miss right there. Usually if guys miss, it's by like a pound or half a pound type shit. And we hear that he was told to stop cutting weight at about 4 a.m. They're saying he was having a problem with weight cuts and shit like that. And I'm thinking, and so now that whole card has been completely shook up as a result of that, right? Now we're looking at Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson is the main fight on that card. Kamza Jemiah versus Kevin Holland. And then you've got that Liang versus Daniel Rodriguez. So just basically the top 3 cards have done or fights have done a shuffle on that card, and we're gonna get into that. So my immediate fucking thoughts on that is this is how they save Nate Diaz from getting torn the fuck apart by Khamzat Chimaev. They're gonna fucking pull him out of that card. They told Khamzat to stop cutting weight as they're gonna reshuffle him down to fight Kevin Holland. Right, so you got Diaz, Ferguson, and then you got the fucking Kevin Holland versus Khamzat Chimaev, Jang versus Daniel Rodriguez, right? As I said, so I Tony Ferguson, Nate Diaz, that's a pretty even fight. It's a lot easier for both of them, I think. Or actually, no, it's going to be harder for Ferguson. And I feel like so what's going to happen now is if Diaz wins, he's going to get an immediate title shot, the welterweight title shot. Whether it'll be, I don't know if it's going to be against Leon Edwards right away or if it's going to be after Leon Edwards defends against Usman. Diaz will get, if he wins, he's getting a welterweight title shot, and they'll look to re-sign him. And they might even let him go and do some kind of big money fight before he comes back. That talks are there. They're trying to save his ass from that. That is my opinion. And then you look down at the next fight on that card, that Khamzat Holland fight, which is, I'm actually looking forward to this one. It's going to be a good one. They're having trouble looking for middleweight contenders now nowadays, and so you look at these guys. They're fighting at a catch weight of, I believe it's 180 pounds ish, and it's awfully close to middleweight. Both these guys can do middle, and I believe that the winner of this one is now your number 1 contender in the middleweight division, and they will fight the winner of the Israel Adesanya Pereira fight, which I believe is next month's pay-per-view. So you'll see that the winner of Khamzat Chimaev is going to be the number 1 contender. If Tony Ferguson wins against Nate Diaz, I don't believe he gets a welterweight title shot. Not a chance. Now, here's kind of one of the weird things in my opinion now. And if when a fighter doesn't make weight, which is the case here, Jemiah, you surrender half your purse, and I could be wrong on this, but I believe half your purse actually goes to the guy that you were supposed to fight. Which actually to me is I like that. Is if fucking you've been training hard and stuff like that, not your fault. The guy didn't make weight, and here you go, fucking a little extra cash for that. Again, a little incentive for the guy to fucking do his job and actually that. And hopefully I didn't just stumble through that, completely fuck that one up. But where was I going with that one? Fucking okay. So, and the point being that so Diaz refused to fight Khamzat Chimaev, is my understanding. Once he missed weight, and it's like as I said, it's a big weight difference. They reshuffle now. Now this Liang and versus Daniel Rodriguez. Liang was supposed to fight Tony Ferguson at welterweight, which is 170 pounds. And Daniel Rodriguez, I believe, was when he was supposed to fight Kevin Holland. I believe that was supposed to be at 180-pound catch weight. So when they weighed in yesterday, for the second time they had to weigh in once they re-announced these matches. Daniel Rodriguez, I think, had a 8 or 9 pound weight advantage over Liang. And I kind of think, well, that's fucking, these guys are down. He's willing to fight. He went through all that training, and a matter of a few pounds is what it is. But what I kind of wonder is, does this dude get a bigger purse now, a bigger cut of the pie, so to speak? Because he was going to be in the co-main event and stuff like that. And then you move him down a card against a fucking much bigger guy. They're likely to get his fucking head smashed in. That's scary stuff right there. So. I agree with you 100%. There, high and tight Diaz would have gotten rocked. Now, what do you think about that he's fighting Ferguson? That's a much more even fight, right? So I think they're looking to bring Diaz back. Absolutely. Now, now they're just saying that. Now, the reason I call bullshit on this one is they're saying that kind of medical stuff for Kamza not being able to do it. And I think between trying to save Diaz's ass so they can re-sign him, and then whatever went on between Kamza and Holland there the night before, I think they did this. And in my opinion, it is actually a better card that we are getting now. I am looking more forward to it now than I was, say, 24 hours ago when I was getting ready to go to work in the morning. Now, I think I'll just do a couple of quick predictions before we get the fuck out of here and on to the next thing. Diaz, Ferguson. I think Diaz has this one. But my heart is with actually Tony Ferguson. I've always much preferred Tony Ferguson. I just seen him get fucking rocked fucking hard these last 4 fights in a row it sucks. It makes me think of Chuck Liddell at the end of his career. It's sad. So I am actually 100% pulling for Tony on this one, but I do believe Diaz gets that one. And it's probably going to be I wouldn't be surprised. It's going to be a knockout. You're not going to submit Tony. So you might get the decision, but I think it'll be a knockout victory. Jemiah versus Holland. Holy shit, this is a tough one. But this is going to be one hell of a fight. My heart is with Kevin Holland on this one. I am huge. I love both of these fighters. They're a lot of fun to watch. I like Holland's style a little bit better. He's a Travis Lutter jiu-jitsu black belt, and Kamza Jemiah, he's more of a wrestler, and just I think he's going to try and take Holland down and just overwhelm, as most wrestlers do, and do the ground and pound. Problem is Kevin Holland very, very comfortable on his back. As I said, he's a Travis Lutter Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, so he's the way Jemiah is kind of steamrolled, it makes me think he's got this, but I'm going for Holland, so I'll even throw that down. I'm going to go Holland by knockout. Jang. Sorry, I mean no disrespect. I can't pronounce his names. I'm horrible. This versus Daniel Rodriguez. I think the size is going to be a huge advantage for Daniel Rodriguez, and I think he's going to get a first or second round knockout. It's going to be fucking brutal. I hope Li Jang gets a much bigger purse for that one. Now, moving on, we got the opening weekend coming up here. So we're fucking super excited about this one. As we already said, Buffalo Bills, they whooped them fucking LA Rams 31-10. We're excited to see that. Anytime the Rams lose is a good day, in my opinion. So let's see what else we got. Moving down, we've got Cleveland versus Carolina. Cleveland is one of those teams that's we were talking about this last night on the Friday night shit show, how Detroit has never bothered to even try to field a competitive team. Right there with Cleveland. Like, they kind of made a few rough attempts at signings and draft picks a couple of years ago, but you see, they just shit the bed. It's a fucking terrible team. Again, Indianapolis, Houston, we got that coming up tomorrow. Not too interested in either of those ones. Jacksonville versus Washington. We got New England, Miami. We got Kansas City, Arizona. Well, I'm a Raiders fan, so hopefully Arizona lays a whooping on Kansas City on that one. We got the New York Giants versus Tennessee. We got New Orleans versus Atlanta. We got San Francisco versus Chicago. Go Deebo Samuels. I got him in my draft team there. We got Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. We got Baltimore versus New York Jets. We got Philadelphia versus Detroit Lions. We've got my Las Vegas Raider versus the LA Chargers. And motherfuck the Chargers. Go Raiders, Raider Nation. Really looking forward to that one. That one's at 1:25 p.m. tomorrow. I can't wait to see how that goes. It might be our year. That addition of Devontae Adams, in my opinion, was fucking huge. I'm loving that. See, I'm with you on that one, high and tight. Like, I think the Diaz, they're more hyped than anything, man. They fucking lose. Like, yeah, they were good back in the day, but now you got guys that don't ever fucking fight. And when they do, it's like they step right back into title contention talk. It's kind of like Conor McGregor. Like, the guy fucking loses every fight he has nowadays, and it's like we're just coming back to the UFC. They're immediately talking about putting them in title fights, and it's like bullshit, man. You got to fucking earn that. You got guys that have never walked away, that've been there the whole time, fucking in there time and again, fucking either giving out ass whoopings or catching ass whoopings. You don't get to ride the bench and then come into title fights, in my opinion. Nova, cheers. I see you there. Great to see you. And with a little bit of Blue Jays action now, fucking tonight we are fucking playing. Fuck, I should have this. We just Texas Rangers. Now we pulled one off against them yesterday. It was great to see. We had the lead for most of that one. They came, tied it up there for a bit, and we pulled that one out. Boba shit, fucking. My thoughts on him, like. He's one of these new up and comers. We heard about him for years before he stepped foot into major leagues. Son of Dante Bichette, Hall of Fame player, and then we got Vlad Guerrero, right? And you got, and then Kevin Biggio as well, a few others coming up. Bo Bichette, in my opinion, and while neither is Vlad really, but is not living up to it. I think he's I think he's a hype player, kind of like the Diaz brothers, but he's been fucking hot as shit the last few days. And I guess for about a week now, hot as shit. So we're hoping he can continue that one. Now it's funny because you get all this talk about we need to re-sign Vlad, we need to re-sign Bo, and I'm like, I would fucking trade Bo in a heartbeat in the off season. Cheers, buds of smoking. You look at stuff like Shohei Ohtani. He's coming into his last year of his contract. Right? You got the modern day Babe Ruth, and I would. He's the Angels are another one of those teams that they've got the two best players in baseball, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and they're in LA. Like they're in one of the biggest sports markets in the world, and they just refuse to put field competitive teams. It's fucking ridiculous. But anyways, that being the case, with Shohei Ohtani coming into his last year of his contract, wouldn't you like to have him? He's a very better hitter, in my opinion, and he's a freaking all-star caliber pitcher. It's just, yeah. So I'd like to see Bo get fucking sent somewhere else. We've got better, okay, the case can be made. He's a good hitter, and when he's hot, he is. As of right now, as I just said, he's been hot for about a week or so. Problem is, he's also one of the worst shortstops in all of baseball. Last year, he was the worst defensive player in all of baseball, so you're a liability to your team. And while he has improved a bit this year, you haven't improved really, all that much, in my opinion. And we have better shortstops on our team that can play that position. Move Santiago Espinal over that position. Move up Elvis Martinez. He can maybe play there, or and then you could have Kevin Biggio with Merrifield platoon second, or however you want to do that one. So interested in that. We said we pulled that off last night, and by looking on paper, we should be able to sweep this series against the Rangers, which is good. I believe we're still a half a game back behind the Tampa Bay Rays for wild card spot, which it's a tough one. The Rays are always tough on us, but I think we can possibly make that up. That being said, I still don't believe that the Blue Jays are a World Series caliber team. I think front office, they made some good signings in the offseason, and they made some weak-ass Hail Mary type tosses like, well, if it pans out type trades at the deadline. And it is just, it's not enough. Now, the bright side to that is the Yankees are fucking spiraling down, which is great to see. Somewhere out there, I put it out that the Yankees will not, before the season even started, that the Yankees will not make the World Series. They were so fucking, everybody's, oh yeah, they're going to be the hot team. And they fucking were scary good up until the trade deadline. Now they're not so good. They're not consistent, which is kind of what I was saying all along. The Yankees are just, they're too injury prone. It's what you've seen it time and again. And it's like watching Aaron Judge. He's having a great season. And as much as I hate the Yankees, I love baseball. So I love to see a guy like that have a great season. But at the same time, Aaron Judge is one of those injury prone players. And it's like, can you make it the last month of the season before getting all left up and having to sit on the bench for a while, or the IL? I mean, who knows? But hey, Dank Man Dan, cheers, brother. Alex Boychev, great to see you. Just talking a little bit of sports here in the morning here. It's kickoff weekend for the NFL. We got a little MLB, and there's a pretty good UFC card on tonight. I'd encourage everybody to check that out. Like I said, in my opinion, that the card is actually better now than it was before they did the shuffle. I just question their justifications for doing so. I just think they're trying to save Nate Diaz, save him an absolute fucking ass whooping, so they can bring him back again. Yeah. I think we've covered the things I wanted to get at there. I wanted to talk a bit about that. A little bit of basketball. I'm more of a fair weather friend type fan when it comes to basketball. I'll be honest. Up here, I don't pay a lot of attention to it. But when the Raptors got hot after they signed Kawhi Leonard and went and won the championship series, their whatever their championship is, I got into watching that. Now, I've been paying attention to the Brooklyn Nets. Now, I believe it's Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving over there. Durant been wanting to get traded. And I think that's interesting. There's a part of me that was like, oh, fuck, let's, I wouldn't mind seeing him north of the border. I'm one of those guys. I get my NBA highlights and stuff from like watching Sports Center in the morning as I'm having my coffee, watching the highlight reels and shit like that. But they were, I believe the Nets were wanting Scotty Barnes if there was going to be any possibility of a trade for KD. And I agree with, as good as he is, he's been around a long time. He's getting old. Scotty Barnes has had a good season last year. And, he's only going to build on that as a rookie. It would be nice to see the Raptors. I'm sorry for all sports fans who are cheering for other teams other than the ones I am, because I'm probably not going to talk about your team because I'm just like that. I'm here to talk about the teams that I love, the fighters that I love, because, well, it's my show. And I'm heavily biased against the teams that I don't like. I'll be the first one to put that out there. I've already been talking shit about the Rams. Fuck them. And the Yankees. I'm not a Yankees fan at all. And I don't sit here and talk shit about the Yankees all day long. It is a great time talking shit about the Yankees. I love it. But yeah, maybe I will start paying a little bit more attention to basketball too, as the season's going to get going. If that's what people want. Not typically a big hockey fan, although I'm all about the World Juniors. I don't know, last NHL walkout, I just was like, fuck you guys. I have a hard time listening to a bunch of millionaires who play children's games for a living make more in a month of doing that than I'm ever likely to make my entire work life put together. And I'm in bitching about money and stuff like that. So that soured me on the NHL. That is oh, you're over in Europe, eh? Whereabouts over in Europe are you? That's very cool. A lot of our following our crew is North American that we have here, but like Bud's of Smoke, and you see him in the chat, he's over in South Africa, that brother. We see a couple people hanging out from Australia every once in a while, and we've had one or two from the UK, which is, I believe, I don't know if he lives over there, was just visiting, but Pip Jam is over in the UK. How you doing, Noof? We're just talking a little bit of sports here, getting ready to wrap up. I've been wanting to do some kind of sports show on here for probably about as long as there's been Cariboo Hart TV. I just never really known how to go about it. So Heart and Soul Homegrown, great to see you. Good morning. And then I just went, once I saw the shuffle on that UFC card last night, I was like, yeah, no, I've got to come in here and I've got something to say. I just about did it before we went live for the Friday night shit show last night. That's how I was like, oh my God, I got to talk about this, blah, 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 blah. And then I just threw a couple notes together to do it this morning when I should be working on Monday morning show. So cheers, everybody. I hope everyone's having a great one. What are y'all smoking on here? This is the last joint of Adam's Grapple Fritter right here. I am sorry to say. It's sad times around here. But that is what I've been smoking on so far today. And yeah, with that, if y'all are sports fans, whether it be like curling's another one you'll probably hear me yakking about here. I'm Canadian. I'm on to fucking talk curling. Okay. My sports are kind of like I like some MMA, some boxing, some football, and some baseball. If you want to hear about a little bit of basketball, let me know in the chat. We'll talk basketball a little bit. If you're a hockey fan, maybe I'll be forced to pay a little bit of attention to hockey and see if we can chat it up and just have some fun doing it. It's all for fun. And I should also point out before I go, because I see High and Tight in here, we got the Boofball Fantasy League football going on here. And at least as of this moment, I can claim world dominance supremacy as I am leading that league in points. And what was that? What would we decide that my let's see, some amnesia haze in the Netherlands. All right, man. Thank you for that endorsement, man. I'll be in if this is something you guys are interested in. I'll try and get back here and do this very regular over in the Netherlands. That's cool. I love that, and thank you for your support. And that's a long ways away. I really truly do. I like that. King shit rulers. Oh, king shit supreme ruler for life is what I think that was, right? That's fucking. I was looking at on Instagram, I found those title belt things that we were talking about for trophies and shit like that. We get one made up. I found those again this morning for IG. We should get that stenciled into there. King shit supreme ruler for life. For our what the fuck's it called? Fantasy football league. See, I can't talk. I can't think. It's too early for this shit. Give me a break. It's 5:30 in the morning, and I'm sitting here talking sports with all you are out here, right? So it's we're having fun. Great time. See that I think that's a very adequate title for the winner of any of our sports league fantasy leagues. Let's have fun with it, right? It's about the only time you're gonna hear me talk a lot of shit like that is when we get into having sports talk with my buddies, and it's a lot of fun. Let's do it. With that, I think I'm done. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a great weekend. We're gonna see y'all tomorrow morning. Yeah, check out the fights tonight. It's gonna be a great card. And fuck, go Blue Jays. Go Blue Jays. Go Raiders. Raider Nation all the way, baby. Fuck yeah. This is our year.